Hello there, Ben Mankiewicz with you on a Saturday evening as we continue with 31 Days of Oscar. Tonight we're focused on Best Supporting Actor winners. Up next, a wartime comedy featuring a trio of unlikely roommates thrown together thanks to the unusual circumstances and sacrifices of war. From Columbia in 1943, directed by George Stevens, The More the Merrier. Story is set in Washington, D.C., long before it became the bustling city it is today. During the war, tens of thousands of transplants, military and civilian, descended on D.C. to assist in the war effort. Housing was scarce. Charles Coburn is the Oscar winner from the picture. He plays a retired millionaire in town to meet with members of Congress and lend his assistance. In need of a place to crash, he turns to Jean Arthur, a single woman with an extra room to rent. She reluctantly takes in Coburn, who then turns around and rents half of his room to a soldier about to ship out to Europe. That's Joel McCrea. The three roomies are then put into several awkward situations that provide the comedy and the romance in The More the Merrier. Some of you may not know his name, but you will likely recognize Charles Coburn's face. He was 65 when he made The More the Merrier, yet he'd only been consistently acting in movies for 5 years. A stage actor since the early 1900s, he and his wife Iva founded the Coburn Shakespearean Players, also known as the Coburn Players, a theater troupe that successfully toured the country through the Great Depression. Coburn relocated to Hollywood in 1937 after his wife's death, quickly found himself an in-demand character actor. Audiences loved his sly comic touch in films like Preston Sturgis's The Lady Eve and Sam Wood's The Devil and Miss Jones, the first time Coburn teamed up with Jean Arthur. It also represented his first Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Coburn earned his third and final nomination for the 1946 drama The Green Years. Here is his Oscar-winning performance from 1943 alongside Jean Arthur and Joel McCrea, directed by George Stevens, The More the Merrier. While Charles Coburn had an ease and expressive face that made him a popular character actor in movies, his first love was the theater. Before coming to Hollywood, he had helped nurture young playwrights and actors through his successful Coburn Players theater troupe. He dreamed of finding the perfect American Hamlet. Acting, he said, is a little like living. When a man has learned something about it, he is ready to retire or die. Coburn remained busy after his Oscar win for The More the Merrier, including perhaps his most memorable performance playing Marilyn Monroe's sugar daddy in the 1953 comedy Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Coburn kept acting right up to the end of his life, appearing in an Indianapolis stock theater production of You Can't Take It With You a mere week before his death in 1961. Ahead tonight, have you been injured in an accident? You might be entitled to a large cash settlement. At least that's what crooked lawyer Walter Matthau hopes for after TV cameraman Jack Lemmon gets clobbered on the sideline of a football game. Stay with us for the fortune cookie, next on TCM.
Next on TCM, the fortune cookie, then Being There, and later, Sweet Bird of Youth. TCM ruffles feathers tonight.